Alright, so this video is just pretty much me trying to help you figure out what the first handgun is that you should buy. I'm not going to be going over a bias of this handgun is better than this handgun. They're all good handguns. I will say that I do enjoy other handguns better than others, so that's just my preference. Again, you do what you want to do. Buy what is comfortable for you and is in your price range, okay? First off, we're just going to go over the Hellcat Pro right here by Springfield. This holds 15 plus 1 in the magazine, and it is a metal mag, which is awesome. And it also comes with 5 of these. I paid about $560 out the door for this gun right here. It comes optic ready. It has Picatinny on the bottom, so you can put a flashlight or accessory on there. It comes with these awesome sights right here. I'm not going to try to point this at myself, but as you can see, it lines up pretty good. Trigger pull, go over that. So you come to a nice wall, a little bit of play, it breaks, reset right here, and that's the reset. I do enjoy this gun. It's really nice. It's not too heavy to conceal. It's not the most expensive gun, but it is a reliable one. The only kind of issues that I have with it, and that's not very many, it's just 1 or 2. Right here, if you have a big light on the bottom, the light tends to kind of move just because the frame does not stay, you can hear the wiggle and play. It won't stay kind of flush on the bottom, but otherwise, a really good handgun. If you're looking for a Glock, this is pretty much the same thing as a Glock. But yeah, and then the only safety that it does have is this guy right here. So if this little plate in front of the trigger is not engaged, then the trigger will not pull, as you can see. And then once that's engaged, it pulls. So yeah, I do enjoy this gun. I will say it's not an enjoyable gun to go and shoot like 400 or 500 rounds on the range. It's more of a concealed carry, practice with it, understand how to use it, and then carry it. Next gun I'm going to go over is my, we'll go with the P365 right here. And this is the Fuse by SIG. If you want to go with a little bit more upgradable and there's a lot more parts on the market for these kinds of guns, this gun is really good. I paid $1,100 out the door for this. And also it comes with the Romeo X red dot, as you can see here. It has Cohen sight irons with it, right? And the red dot can change from just a dot. You can have a circle and then circle and dot. So really cool feature with this gun. It holds, I believe this is my most rounds in a magazine that you'll find in any of these handguns right here. For the flush fit, it holds 17 plus 1, which is incredible. And then it comes with 2 backup mags of 21 round mags, which is ridiculous for this small of a gun. So, and that's how it looks with the 21. And then the 17 right here, it's a little bit more flush. So, and we'll go over the trigger pull real quick. So again, it doesn't come to like a solid wall. Resets right here. As you can see, there's a little bit of squish and then it breaks. So overall, really nice trigger. Comes with Picatinny rail on the bottom. So you can attach a light, as I do have right here. And the cool thing about this is it comes with the sight already on it. And the battery is on the outside, so you don't have to take off the sight to change the battery. Say if it dies or whatnot, you don't have to take off the sight and go and resight it. So going on to the next pistol, this is a staccato or 2011 or 1911 type gun right here, and I really do enjoy this thing. It is a single stack. It holds, I believe, 8 plus 1 in a single stack mag, and now I believe the new staccato C2, this is the Staccato C, will have, it has a 15 or 16 round mag. This is just the older version. I got a great price on it, so I picked it up. The cool thing about this gun, and really all 1911s or 2011 style guns, is the trigger. The trigger is absolutely phenomenal. So disengaging the safety on this side, and you have to engage this plate, right? So that is 2 safeties right off the bat if you're kind of worried about it going off, you know, prematurely, or you want to have an extra safety for kids or whatnot. This is a great choice. And any type of 1911 or 2011 will have these safeties. So going over the trigger pull, as you can see, you have a little bit of play and then a break, reset. Extremely light, extremely smooth, really enjoyable. And the cool thing about this actually has a couple different safeties. So you have the 2 safeties that we talked about, and then the other safety is if you cock this hammer back, right, just a little bit, this is, now the gun will not, the trigger will not even move. Even with the safety down and the plate right here engaged, it will not fire until you cock this back and then fire. So if you're looking for like a little bit more safety features in a handgun and whatnot, I would go with a 2011 or 1911 style handgun. If you're concealed carrying, go with like a smaller one. I know that, what should we call it? Springfield and SIG have some smaller options in the 2011 or 1911 style. So going on to the next gun that I own, this is my Canik TP9 Elite. Personally, this is my favorite gun right here, just because I've never had a malfunction with it. I've ran probably 5,000 rounds through it, and it's just a phenomenal feeling gun. And I paid $1,000 out the box for the red dot and the gun, not the Olay right here. But it comes with Picatinny railing on the bottom, so you can put a light or whatnot. It comes with a 15+3 magazine, and then it comes with the 15 round magazine. I don't have that on me, unfortunately, or I actually might. Let's see here. Oh, no, I don't. So going over this, first of all, I do have it wrapped just with some just grip tape or whatnot, just because I like the way it feels a little bit better. The trigger pull, going over that. So you have a good amount of play right here. And then it comes to a wall, fires, and then the reset. Pretty nice, pretty nifty. Also, the cool thing is right here on the back plate, right, once the gun is cocked and ready to go, there's going to be a red little dot letting you know that that trigger is ready to go. Also, when you put a round in the chamber, as you can see right here, there's a little like ledge that will pop up letting you know that there is a round in the chamber. Also, the only thing that I don't necessarily like about this gun is it does not have Cohen sight irons if you are to put a red dot on there, unfortunately. But otherwise, if you have a good sturdy red dot, this is the Viper by Vortex. I haven't had a problem with it, but I do want to upgrade this in the future to something a lot better. It's a good choice. And then also it comes with a threaded barrel. So say if you want to put a suppressor, or you want to go ahead and put some kind of muzzle brake device or comp or whatever, you can go ahead and do that easily. And for the price of this gun, you can't go wrong. I run the dirtiest ammo out of it, and I've never had a problem with it. So moving on, we have a Beretta 92 series, and there's other Berettas out there like the 9mm version. This is the 40 cal, as you can see right there. This is an incredible gun. Beretta really does make some good firearms. The action is ridiculously smooth. It is smoother than the Staccato. for this type of gun. The only complaint I do have about it is, since it is a 40 cal and is a double stack mag, as you can see here, it holds 10 plus 1 of 40 cal. So once once I do fire it a couple times, for me, I have smaller hands, as you can see, small hands. When I'm firing, right, what tends to happen is right here, it really leaves a mark on my thumb. And I don't know if that's for my grip or whatnot, but this is the most comfortable way that I shoot. It's just like this, as you can see. It is a really good gun. The perk of this gun is it has a single action and double action trigger, and I'll show you how to use both. So for the double action, you have to disengage the safety, and then the double action is a long pull, and as you can see, the hammer goes back, right? Once that fires, right, and the round goes through, it's going to keep the hammer back, and then your reset is right there. It's not that long trigger, and then you have a little bit of play, and then it fires again. Also, with this gun, when you engage the safety, right, it decocks the hammer without firing a round, and I'll try to show you how it does that. As you can see, the firing pin is right there. Once you start to disengage, you can see the firing pin move up, right? So that engaging will not fire around, which is really cool. And I do enjoy it a lot just for the safety purposes. It's a little bit different. You do have to go up on the safety instead of down like a 2011 or 1911. So, and the action is actually ridiculously smooth. I can do it with 2 hands, 2 fingers, as you can see right there, 3 fingers. But yeah, really enjoyable gun. Really do like that. Now, if you want to be a badass and you want to get a revolver, this is the Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum right here. It's like the little, I wouldn't say snub nose. But yeah, this gun for revolvers is a really good gun, in my opinion. You get the 357, punch, big old bullet. It holds 5 rounds right here, right? And just for, revolver's sake and whatnot, if you want to go ahead and pick up one of these, they're not bad. I'll go over the trigger pull right here. It does have a 2-stage, so you can do this, and then it pulls. But then you can cock the hammer back to a 1-stage, and it pulls like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's if you want to go with a revolver, definitely go with Smith & Wesson. I feel like they have some of the best revolvers, or a Colt. But yeah, these guns, and it feels really good in the hand. Also, if you have like a good revolver, you can keep it in a jacket, pull it out, whatnot. But the only thing with the revolver, it has the benefits of not being able to jam, but you are limited to a 5-round magazine. So let me know what you guys carry. Let me know what you picked up as your first gun. My first pickup was this Canic right here. And then I went and I enjoyed carrying this, but it was honestly just a really hefty gun to carry, concealed by the way. So then I went and picked up the Hellcat Pro, and I did enjoy carrying this for a while just because of the minimalistic style. It's light, it's easy. And then I went to the 365 Fuse, just because as a comparison, it is the same width, but it's just a little bit longer, just a little bit. So I was like, you know what, why not conceal carry this? I have the red dot, I can put the flashlight on it comfortably. It has a flared mag well, the grip feels really good too. And then if you want to go with a 1911 or whatnot, I'm not suggesting going and buying staccato to everyday carry unless you are can really afford it. And then if you do get into a self-defense situation, you're willing to hand it off to the police for them to hold it. So what I would suggest is going and buying a affordable 19 or 2011 and conceal carrying that, seeing how that feels. But yeah, in my opinion, I think the 1911 is a great choice just because you do have the safeties. You have the ability to make the gun completely disabled and whatnot. So, and back when they started carrying the 1911 over revolvers or whatnot in the police force, when criminals would get a hold of that gun, they actually didn't know how to shoot it because it was always on a safe mode. So they would go like this and they'd be like, oh, why isn't it shooting? And then they get tackled or shot. So yeah, and for, outside the waistband, big old Beretta, not a bad choice at all. And then going with the revolver, really got to be somebody special to carry a revolver for an everyday carry. Or if you're just looking for a pistol to go out in the range, they're not a bad choice. They do kick a lot, I will say that. So but yeah, and just going over just a comparison of my personal two favorites right here. As you can see, the Canic is a little bit longer in barrel length just because it does have the threaded barrel, and it is a lot thicker. So, and these both have mag wells at the bottom. So yeah, let me know what you picked up as your first firearm or concealed carry or whatnot. And again, this is not me saying that you got to go and buy a Hellcat or you have to go and buy a SIG to, be impressive or whatnot. Go within your budget, right? Don't go and spend thousands of dollars that you can't afford on a pistol that in reality, if you do get it stolen or whatnot, you're going to be struggling and then you can't buy another pistol. Go with something like a Hellcat, which you can abuse, or a Glock, which you can abuse, and not really have to worry about the price range. I believe you can pick up a Glock 43X, I believe it's called, for around $400 to $500 flat. So go within your budget, go within your price range, and don't cheap out. Don't go for, a really cheap handgun or whatnot that you're just getting for self-defense. If you're going to put your life behind it, put at least $500 to $400 into that gun. So yeah, let me know what you guys picked up. I would love to know as your first handgun, and leave it down in the comments. I will respond to all the comments. And yeah, have a good day, guys, please.